McCain went off today, tied Zion's freshman scoring record, and I thought it would be fun to watch this tape together. I have not seen any of these clips, so we're going to dive in. I'll go through my process out loud. Jared McCain, pro shooter, as pro shooters get at this level. The pump fake is lethal. So good setting up his shots, quick release. He just knows how to get to whatever spot he wants. And obviously, he can hit from that spot. Let's see here. Get stuck on this screen a little bit, as that is a problem area for a lot of young guards. So it's not so surprising to see him struggle like this, where McCain is like kind of stuck here. But I do like the effort to recover and get back into the play. That is always good to see. Here we have McCain attacking off the catch, step back, and we're going to see a couple things I like here about McCain a lot. First is off-ball movement. I say this all the time. If you can't play off the ball on offense, you're not going to get on the floor, pretty much, for most players. And McCain, great job relocating, push-off kind of ish step back. Not really a push-off, but like that really good scissor step to free himself to get space here. Like that's a little scissor step. Dribble to the hip, high release, and he does the thing that a lot of great shooters do where they like alter their release based on shot type. Like his set point goes from like around his face-ish to above his head on the pull-up jumper, and that's a great thing that shooters can do. Another good cut, just kind of flip seems to have totally missed him, but good cut there. And now we get back into real like camera angles, which is nice. McCain spotting up. I would bet this goes in. Yeah, I know. I think he was like 8 for 11, or maybe like that was even earlier in the game from 3, hitting absolutely everything. And you just can't give him that much space, right? Like if you're gonna play Jared McCain like this, you're gonna lose. He seems like he might be that special of a shot maker, which I definitely wasn't sure about coming into the year, but he has been just on a freaking heater. And oh my lord. Disgusting. Same scissor step, exact same thing we saw before. Dribble at the hip. Look how low he gets. And that leverage, that balance allows him to stop on a dime, throw this defender off. That's a wide open shot for Jared McCain, man. He is a pro shooter, on ball, off ball, every kind of jumper you could possibly imagine. Is this the play? Yeah, okay, let's see this. Let's break this down. He's going to go downhill, and McCain doesn't have the greatest burst in the world. Nice counter here, though, but loses the handle and kicks out. I do think there are some concerns for him, like handling versus pressure, separating versus pressure. This is a great counter, feeling this guy's going this way, but still can't really explode past him. And that's just something I'm going to be watching for with McCain's ceiling as like an on-ball guy, like a legit creator. That's going to be separating off the ball. Simple little pick and roll pass to flip. Ooh, that's like another bad pass in this game, but that's all right. Here we have oh, that was good. I like that flexibility a lot. Jared McCain here. I haven't always seen him been able to like be low and explosive. A lot of his drives seem more upright, but that's great. Getting really, really low, getting around using the off arm, and he loses the ball. It's a good dig, but I like that initial first step, that burst, that initial move, which is going to be one of the big like swing skills for McCain. Decent screen navigation there as well. Always do appreciate his effort on defense. Like he's not a space cadet for a freshman, and oh man, that is extreme NBA range. NBA range is going to be no problem for him at all, which is obviously a great shooting indicator. If a prospect is taking shots from well beyond the line, they're probably going to be able to do it at the NBA level with the NBA line. And something else I like about McCain here, great defensive possession overall, but he is strong as hell, and it's good when he uses that on defense. McCain is able to bump this skinnier player totally off of his spot, out of his driving rhythm. And I think that strong lower body helps him as a driver, and no way. Oh my God. I mean, just like, I don't know, the stop and pop, the step back, the explosion that he generates off of these long steps, and disgusting. Like, they're absolutely disgusting shot-making performance. This is Special stuff. Have McCain breaking the double there. Just looks so easy. And McCain is definitely not the most advanced passer in the world. Like, that's a play he could make for sure. But when he can reset, crossover, and again, we see him use the strength and the leverage here to dislodge this bigger player. The touch is very, very special. I'm sure that's going to go in knowing how this game is. Oh, wow. But yeah, his touch is beyond special. I've said this before, but he does remind me of, like, nice... Come on, no charge attempts here. He reminds me of Tyler Hero in some ways, just like 6'5"-ish, 6'4"-ish, 6'5"-ish guards, elite shooting touch from all over the floor, some issues with, like, on-ball creation. They're not the same player, but I think there are similarities there. How the hell did he get that pass through? Looks like he was losing his handle here. Like, this was a really high, loose handle here. Like, maybe a carry or whatever, but I'm honestly not sure if that was on purpose. I really... It seems like he lost the ball, and it fortunately landed in flip, but we can credit him as a nice little dump-down pass, you know? As we see McCain in transition. Always running to his spots, going for jumpers, and yes, of course, that one goes in. That was just the first half. Holy crap. What a game this is. Nice on-ball defense here. Pretty good, like, changing directions, flipping his hips. Again, I think the fact that you don't notice him a ton on defense is really good. Like, he doesn't stand out in a bad way at all. He's not like a crazy playmaker or an athlete as a defensive guy. He just gets wrecked there. But he doesn't make, like, fresh mistakes. I think part of that is because he's older, but also he's just a very smart player. He knows positioning. He's strong as hell. And again, this is really nice little... Oh boy, not the foul baiting. He's got it. He's got the foul baiting gene. Another Tyler Hero thing. But I'm interested to see how he ends up working as, like, a real on-ball guy handler, because he definitely can dribble through traffic, right, with a guy right next to him. But we've seen a couple times in this game where he's lost the ball in traffic or fumbled, or he's lost his handle a bit. But again, great peel switch here. It looks like they're initially maybe trying to hedge it, but McCain reads this pass, breaks it up. Again, using his instincts, his IQ. That's just a great block. I don't know who this player number 10 is, but some of the mobility flashes, very impressive. But McCain, again, if he can't win with strength, there's definitely going to be issues, I think, against some, like, really long, big defenders. Just things he's not that explosive, and if, like, the bumps and the craft and stuff don't work, and because he's not the longest or tallest guy, he could face issues against those kind of defenders, those, like, really big, like, primary, like, Herb Jones type defenders, and more really good defense here. Playing the inside drive while also maintaining his contact here so we can cut off this drive. Just a very physical defender, willing to take contact, willing to initiate contact. And I think that's going to do him really well in the league. That's going to go in. Oh, no, it didn't go in. I mean, maybe he could pass it here. But when you're on a heater like this, I don't really think that's necessary. Love this. I love a no-dip release. Like, look at where he catches the ball. Being able to... Even though the shot doesn't go in, having a shooter who can release without dipping down into his release like most shooters do is so valuable. And McCain being able to just catch the ball at his head, go up, fire. I just, like, did that motion with my hands as if you can actually see that. Again, we see McCain's handle getting plucked in traffic, though, as one of the, like, improvement points to watch that we've been talking about. He just gets shoved, and he's just complaining. He did get checked there. Wait, let's watch this back. He absolutely got checked there. That's fine, and the refs just put their whistles away. They're like, you don't need our help. More driving stuff to look at here. Spread, pick and roll. Ends up not being able to really separate much from this drop big. That's going to be, again, the acceleration, the top end speed. Kind of crowded in traffic, isn't, like, gonna necessarily put this shot up here, but, like, is not in a great position to make a pass, and he can sometimes dribble himself into trouble. Again, not like the most natural, obviously the most natural shooter, but not the most natural like point guard on ball creator. Definitely can do some like secondary playmaking stuff. Has shown that in other games I've seen where he's done a lot more passing. He's used like good pace and in jail to hold off his defender and make plays, but this game is just not. It's not what he's doing. He's hitting every shot. I'm not exactly complaining if I'm Jared McCain. Nice rotation here. I think he fouls here, but I like the willingness to go for the block. And we see like he might not always have the physical tools to do it, but he's always going to be like in position or going to try to put himself in position to make an impact and to make a play. And that's, again, even though shots go no in, beautiful separation here, attacking the top foot, getting middle. I think it's like the third or fourth time we've called out this scissor step, stop, pop. That's an open enough jumper for a guy who's as red hot as Jared McCain was on this night. Here, rounds the corner, and he can't finish there. I think he could have taken another dribble here, and that's going to be a thing of improving the handle versus contact, right? Because if he could have avoided this dig, taken one more dribble here, he could have gotten way close to the rim and not had to like rely on such like a difficult forward momentum floating shot. And obviously McCain can make those because his touch is unbelievable, but it's always annoying to rely on them. As this is great ball handling, quick spin move. He really is good at those like quick spin counters. Just a good feel for where defenders are, where defenders are going to be. Nice kind of low. I don't know. It's like he's like when you ask your 6'5" point guard to play low man, it's probably not going to go super well if he's not a great athlete. Definitely could have been more aware of the back line there, but was definitely put in a difficult situation. Did he draw a foul there? Yeah, another example of McCain kind of driving himself into trouble, where he loves to drive into digs and he's not comfortable. He doesn't have the greatest like inside out vision. I think we've seen this a couple times in this game where McCain has had like open kickouts, but he's just not necessarily a good enough passer to see those or to make those at this point. Especially when he's like in traffic and going downhill, which is obviously the important thing for the league. But this is fantastic. I love this. This is where he's gonna have to make his money on defense. Aside from some of the on-ball stuff, it's making plays with his instincts, his feel for the game, reading this play way ahead, getting his hand in there, making a play. This is like not something that a ton of freshman scoring guards are doing, and there's a good first step. He can definitely, like, when he has like a runway, he can accelerate. But even then, he like barely gets by this defender and has to again go up really early. This is what I'm talking about again. If he just take another dribble, take another step, he just threw it off his face. Then McCain can make his life easier. Like obviously he can finish those shots, but like it's good for him. Like there's no reason he should be, and that's great steal, just great awareness. There's no reason. There's no reason he should be making his life harder than it is, because players who can make their lives easy are always awesome. And there's, I think it was like third time the charm on this kind of floater shot. This defender, totally bad position, upright. McCain, we see the leverage advantage again. Gets low, kind of shoulders this guy out of the way, and then that little Steph Curry scoop. His touch is, as we've said throughout this video, it is brilliant. It is phenomenal. Even though this results in a Florida State bucket, I love this play just as much as the one he converted for a steal, because it's about the process of going for this. It's not that you're going to get everyone, but making these high value rotations, like reading that this pass is coming or that this is the most dangerous option, and he goes for it. He just barely misses, and like even though he technically gave up a bucket there, I'm like thinking this is a positive play. Like this is a good play. And it's also just like a tendency check, right? He is willing to make those gambles on defense. He's willing to be risky, which some players just aren't really doing. There's plenty of defenders who are gamble heavy, plenty of defenders who just like don't really like to do any of that and like to play really safe. And I suspect this is probably going to be it. But I am getting quite high on Jared McCain. He's playing fantastic. The shot is looking uber real. And this game honestly it was a good way to show weaknesses. There was definitely some concerning driving stuff in terms of separating and technique as a finisher and with the late steps and stuff. But shot making is godly. Defense is honestly pretty solid. The passing I think has been better in other games I've watched, as has like the handle and the pacing. But again, he was hitting every shot. So what can you really do?